I actually did not experience much racism at all growing up in Ohio. And I can't believe that people are still racist. That is so gay. What's crazy is that if you grew up amongst a lot of white folks as an Indian person, sometimes you were referred to by members of your own race as an almond. Some of you know where I'm going with this. Because you are brown on the outside and white on the inside. And I was like, all right, that was not offensive at the time. In the 80s, it was a long time ago. But I prefer the term coconut, because we're hairy. Hey, Indians are hairy, man. The men, too. I turned 30, and I flipped out. I realized I had spent my entire life in Ohio. I took it really, really hard, and the people said to me then, and they still say to me now, age is just a number. All right, fine, then your weight is just a number. Your height is just a number. Your credit score is just a number. Your cholesterol is a number. Your blood pressure, those are just numbers, right? But numbers have value, which implies they have meaning. They mean something. Like, doesn't it already feel like this year has moved so fast? It's shorter than any year so far, right? Well, there's some math to that. I'm gonna break it down, all right? My son, I have a son, by the way. My son is turning 2 years old. I know. He's turning 2 years old, so this next year of his life is 50% of it, right? 1/2, 50% of his life, it's gonna feel really long to him. This next year, I'm almost 50. I know, black don't crack, brown don't frown, that's what I'm saying. So this next year is 2% of my life. So to me, it's gonna feel really short, to him, it's gonna feel really long. And the only reason I tell you that is to depress the hell out of everyone in the room. No, I say it because I want people to stop saying age is just a number. It's crap. In fact, toilet paper is a very good analogy, in fact, because when you sit down and check to see how much toilet paper is left, hopefully in the reverse order, you check, and then you sit down. When you think half of the roll is left, there's actually less than half left because of the way that circumference works. Think about it, right? There's more on the outside than there is on the inside, like people in LA. So my analogy is that life is like toilet paper. The less that's left, the faster it goes. I'm not sure when this turned into a TED Talk. But that's okay. I turned 30, I flipped out, and I moved to California, moved to Los Angeles, specifically to be a full-time comedian and an actor. I am an actor. Although you haven't, yeah, sure, no, thank you. You haven't seen me in anything, so I'm like an auditioner. Actually booked a very weird role recently. On Netflix, there's a show called Indian Matchmaking. Some of you will know this show, and not only the brown people, a lot of people know this show, they're watching it. They now have Jewish matchmaking, they're expanding it into a franchise. And if you don't know the show, or even if you do, it's about Indian matchmaking. It's a very coy title. So I actually do the audio description for the show. Some of you will not know what that is. I will explain. If you go in Netflix into settings and turn on audio description, I know it's hard to say, Mom, I made it, when you have to tell them to go into the settings. But it's for the seeing impaired. It helps them hear what's going on. You narrate the show. It's really kind of a crazy thing. It's kind of cool to be able to do this. I don't know. It's the role that I was able to book. But that show cracks me up. Indian matchmaking cracks me up. If you've seen it, or even if you haven't, the star of the show is someone named Seema Auntie. And what her job is to connect South Asians together romantically, and she is right about 0% of the time. That's a strange premise for a show. It'd be like turning on SportsCenter. Here's all the shots Steph Curry missed last night. I don't want to see that. I want to see my boy traded from 10 feet behind the three-point line. crazy. But she'll say that stuff. She'll criticize, especially the women. She's a little sexist. Siba auntie. She will say to the women, "Mia beti, you have too many criterias." She takes this word criteria and she makes it even more plural. To show you how single you are. It's true that she'll say to them, she'll go, "You know, you get 60-70% of what you're looking for, it's okay." Really, auntie? When's the last time I could bring home a 60-70% on a math test? Any place that you leave is frozen in time for you. My parents came to this country in the early 1970s. And the typical story is the man comes over with a degree in engineering, gets a job, flies back, gets an arranged marriage, and brings his bride over to this country. My situation is completely reversed. My mom came here first. Girl power. She came from a progressive Punjabi family. Her parents believed that they had 2 sons, 4 daughters. They're all going to college equally. This is the 1950s in India. They made it happen. Okay, that was amazing. My mom comes over here in 1970. She flies back to marry the man with whom she's in love. It was a love marriage. It was a love marriage, not an arranged marriage. Well, it was kind of an arranged marriage, because my dad arranged to become a completely different person after they got married. In that way, every marriage is an arranged marriage. But he came over in 1973 with a degree in poli-sci, worked as a salesman, my mom as a teacher. Completely different story. They did not go back to India, although I think they were told. They did not go back to India until 1985, which is a long time. And we thought that was a long time until we found out recently that one of my mom's really good friends went back to India for the first time this year. She left in 1968. And she gets back and she's like, "Oh my God." India has changed so much. The boys are so respectful now. I used to walk down the street, they would whistle at me, they don't whistle anymore. Like, that auntie has swag. I gotta bottle up and sell it like 5-hour energy. Also invented by an Indian. Because, of course, there's not much of a language barrier. It's one thing we can thank the British for, all right? Everybody there, a lot of people there at least speak English. But they kind of do the thing that Seema auntie does. They make things plural that are not plural. People would walk up to Azhar, to Hari, to me, and they were really nice. They would say things like, "We love your YouTubes." "We love your YouTubes, yaar. We love your YouTubes." And it's just like, my tubes. It just sounds so personal when you make it plural. Like, I don't have any tubes. I think I learned that in pre-med. So Indians love to make things plural. The Chinese like to make them singular. I don't know if it's the one-child policy or what it is. But we were in a Chinese restaurant in Hyderabad, and I had to go to the bathroom. So I'm standing in line, and I see a sign, and it doesn't read men. It reads man. And I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, "Oh, the Chinese, they don't know that it should be men. They put man, right? They gotta be wrong. There's no way." Then it's my turn to go inside. I go inside, and there's only one toilet. I'm like, "They're right." It's man. You can fit only one man in here at a time. The Chinese are always right, damn it.